This, in my opinion, is the best setup for the DJI Pocket 3 for adventure videos, for travel, for family vlogs. No matter what you're doing with this camera, this whole setup that I've built over the last 7 months is amazing. I really do think it. You get really high quality video, you get amazing audio, you've got a light on there, and you've got a good mounting system and tripod, along with some of the best lenses for ND filters, anamorphic lenses, macro lenses that you can buy for the Pocket 3. This kit is really exceptional. Everything I'll talk about in this video will be linked in the description down below. That will be an affiliate link, but this is not a sponsored video. I've bought this product myself and I did get sent these, but apart from that, everything I've bought myself in this video. So without further ado, let me talk you through this little setup. I've been using it recently on a camping trip. It was great. I really did enjoy using it. Like I said, the image quality you get out of the Pocket 3 is really exceptional. It's not a perfect camera. There are some things that they can improve, and hopefully they'll update it over the weeks and months to come. But anyway, let's talk about the setup first of all. Right, so the little mount I've got, which is sort of an extension mount, is from BRDRC. I'll link it in the description down below, but it's simple. It's only about £10, but what it does, it clamps to the Pocket 3 and allows you to add different accessories to the side if you want to. I have the microphone just on there, and then a light on the side as well. But on the back, it actually gives you the option to add a mount for wearable mode or POV mode. If you didn't know about wearable mode in the Pocket 3, it actually is specifically designed for POV shots, and that's why I've got my backpack here. I'll show you how I use it with the Peak Design camera clip. This, by the way, is my favourite camera bag. I've had this for about 5 years now. This thing is epic. It's the Low Pro Tactic AW450 Mark II. If you're after a camera bag, this is the one to get. DJI Mark II, I bought the creator kit. This is an amazing microphone. You can record internally 32-bit float if you want to and link it up in post-production, but it actually connects directly to the camera via Bluetooth and you get really good, exceptional audio. Especially if you're doing a lot of work outside, you want this sort of wind muff on the top to negate any wind noise or anything. It really does sound good, and a big improvement over the inbuilt microphones on here. I'm using this on here, and I will just use it as like a shotgun microphone on the side of the camera there, because this mount does actually block the microphone on the camera, so it might affect the audio. I didn't find it affect the audio too much, but it does block the microphone, so that's why I'm using the DJI Mark II there as like a shotgun microphone, just connected to the camera for great audio and negates that wind noise with the wind muff. This light on the side is just a cheap Ulanzi light. I'll link it in the description. I can't remember what the model number is, but it's really great. And you know what? The battery life on this tiny little light, charges by USB-C, is amazing. It lasts forever. I've only had to charge it a few times the whole time I've been using this. I've had it a couple of years. It just seems to last forever. I don't know why, but it's an amazing light, amazing battery, and it gives you just a little bit more extra light in really dark scenarios. Although you have got the 1-inch sensor on here, you've got a low light mode on the Pocket 3. Just having that extra bit of light just gives the image quality a little bit more of an oomph, and it looks better in really dark scenarios. So the mount itself actually just clamps onto there, like I've mentioned. You've got the camera clip on the back, which we'll talk about in just a second. But what this does is it fits perfectly. It allows you to take the battery base off if you want to, and it still works with the cover. So you can actually still put that on there and protect it for transport. If you want to chuck it in your backpack, you still can do that. So it doesn't stop that, putting that on there. So it fits perfectly. Like I said, the only drawback is it does slightly cover the front-facing microphone, but it's not a massive issue for me because I'm using the external one. Now, the camera clip. This is the Peak Design POV mount for the camera clip that you can buy. Now, I use this camera clip anyway with my main Sony camera for when I'm doing photography or out and about using the big camera. It clips on there and you can mount the camera, sort of carry it sort of hands-free and walk along and not really worry about it, and then just clip it off if you want to use it. This works in the same way, so it clips onto the back of the Pocket 3 there on the mount, and then you can simply put that on there like so, and then you can sort of wear your rucksack and you can walk along, get some POV shots in wearable mode, or you don't have to use wearable mode if you don't want to, but you can, and then you can just do sort of hands-free filming if you're doing sort of adventure, travel, walking. If you're doing some rock climbing or whatever, you can use this and still get the shot and still use both hands. It's great. And then if you want to take it off, you can just sort of get it off like that. Press this little button on the camera clip. So that is the POV clip for the Peak Design camera clip. It's amazing. It really does work well. And like I've mentioned, I've used this with different cameras, with the Volta, with the GoPro and stuff, so you don't have to use it with the Pocket 3. It's a great accessory. The other thing is these freewell filters. Now, I did a trip recently for wild camping with my son. I got a lot of footage with the anamorphic lens from Freewell. This is not a cheap kit. It's sort of $129, but it's well worth it because these lenses actually sort of work together in unison. You get a wide angle lens, which is, you know, if you buy the wide angle lens from DJI, it's about $40. So you're getting that in there. They work together with the macro lens. You get some cool macro shots with this lens as well. They snap together, and the good thing about all this system is with all of these lenses, the ND filters magnetically work together, so they're like stackable and they're easy to remove off the camera. It's a great system. Yeah, you get ND8, ND32 and an ND128 in this kit. Wide angle lens, a macro lens and an anamorphic lens, which is a great deal in my opinion, considering that the DJI own brand lenses are sort of £40, £50, $40, $50 for the individual lens. I've got the Black Pro Mist filter in there from DJI and the wide angle lens, and they both cost me about $100, so you're getting all this for $120. It's a good deal and they're just as good. So that is pretty much my go-to sort of adventure vlogging YouTube setup, I suppose. It works seamlessly. I really love this camera. You can get great 4K video with that 1-inch sensor, a nice out of background blur, which is like a natural bokeh. You can record 3K vertical videos if you want to, 4K slow motion 120. It's got a low light mode for, you know, going out in sort of darker scenarios, but you have got that light on there if you want to. It's pretty much the perfect setup. There are some things that I'd like DJI to improve on the camera, but I'm going to make a whole video about that coming up soon. So if you're new to the channel, like I mentioned, please make sure you do subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads coming up really soon. Great setup, love it. Everything will be linked in the description down below. Let me know if you've got any things you'd add to this setup in the comments. I'll be interested to know. But that's it for this one. If you like these kind of videos, make sure you check out this one over there, and you might like this one over there. Until next time, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.